Hello and welcome. This video is just probably an introductory video just to show you the process and explain to you the project itself, which is my Smurfs Village Fanart. So the idea of this project actually came when I started playing this iPhone, iPad game called the Smurfs Village. Let's go into it. Let's click past that. Now what I want to show you is actually a featured village that I got the idea from. So let's go over here. Let's visit a featured village. So this is one of the villages that I saw that I quite liked. And from it I got the idea to actually create the same thing but in a huge double poster size, so panoramic size poster of a Smurfs village. So it'll be about 70 centimeters by 160 centimeters, and it's based off not this but one of the Smurfs villages. So now that I got the idea in my head, I had to visualize it. So what I did next was take some screenshots of a Smurfs village that I like, and I printed it up in a color printer. So what you see here is actually 3.5 A4 colored size printouts all stuck together. So this is the actual village that I want to recreate. As you can see there's a lot of detail to it, but that's what I like, detail and colourfulness and cuteness. So the next step after having the idea in coloured A4 sheets was to actually draw the actual artwork itself. So here what you see is the actual same piece of artwork drawn in actual scale. So what I've done here is just put them on the ground. They're both drawn exactly to scale, and each sheet, it's on the ground, that's my foot. Each sheet is an A1 sheet of paper. So let's just zoom in on some detail here. We can go So now that I actually have the actual size that I wanted, which is this A1 sheet of paper, the next step is to somehow transfer that or use it as a template to put it on the actual black sheet of cardboard itself, which is another A1 sheet of paper. So in order to do that, we have to actually get a standing knife, and the best process is I'm going to actually cut out every single individual piece that you see. So every piece you see, like that step there, doorstep, is going to be cut out. All the flowers are going to be cut out. Every little piece. Once I cut out the piece, so I cut that doorstep is blue, I cut that out, and I transfer it onto a blue sheet of paper, cut that blue sheet of paper, transfer over here as a coloured piece, so it'll be made clear in a second. So what I'll do is, this is where I'm up to at the moment. So you can see from here all this is actually cut out. So that's a piece cut out. Let's go to some stairs. Yes, that's what I was doing. So that's a doorstep that was cut out. So once I cut that out, I would overlay it on top of the actual cardboard itself. Get a pacer, draw that in there so I know where it'll go. Get the same identical copy as a coloured blue piece of paper, stick it on that. So now that this video is actually, it's actually been 9 months into this project, so what I'll do, this is where I'm up to. So you can see there, what you're looking at is about 6,150 pieces. So back to what I was talking to about, that is one cut out piece of blue paper or cardboard that is cut out piece. That's 5 individual pieces of white with a yellow center, pink pieces. So every little piece is cut out. Some are very small, some are very intricate, like this piece here. This piece here is one piece. All these grapes, that's about 30 grapes, so that was a bit of a pain. So as mentioned, I'm about 9 months into this project. So far, as you can see here, this side, which is the right side of the actual panoramic itself, I've done about 3,000 pieces. So that's the right side of Smurfs Village. Over here, as you just saw previously, this is the left side, which is about 6,000 pieces. So from here you can see that I've got roughly a third of it left to go. Over here I've got roughly 2/3 of it left to go. Now, the most time consuming part, besides the whole project itself, is that I have to cut out each piece individually and glue each piece individually. And you can see from my setup here with the camera and the tripod, I'm taking a photo of each piece individually so I can do a time lapse as we go along. Now, one of the interesting offshoots that I'm going to get when doing this Smurfs Village is that from the coloured cardboard I'm using, I get the actual remnants. So this is all the little offshoots of green. From over here you can see the red that I've used the flowers in. These are all the actual leaves from the vines that I've used. So this is just a small sample of the colours that I'll be used in the Smurfs Village. I've actually used about 40 different colours. But the interesting thing is that, yeah, these offshoots, you can see, I'll just put this up against the wall here. There's some nice intricate patterns that are left over. So in the end, once I've done each side of the Smurfs Village, I'll have to join it together. As I couldn't get actually a long piece of cardboard, 160 centimeters, I have to join two A1. So the challenging part is to glue, once I overlap these two sides, glue the pieces that will overlap, and that will actually bind them together as one big, huge panoramic. I'll be quite happy when I go to the framing place and get this framed and put it on the wall. So there you have it. That's how I'm going to create my Smurf Village. That's the idea, that's the process, and as we go along I'll put up time-lapse videos as well as weekly or bi-weekly, monthly progress updates. Thank you for watching.